Welcome back to Chainsawfaddiction. My name is Max. Today I am at work and it is Saturday, but it's early season and it's kind of a overcast, slightly rainy day. So it's fairly slow and I'm caught up on all my bike maintenance and all that stuff. So rather than sit here and do nothing, I wanted to do a little bit of an experiment. So I've got, I think I've showed it on camera a couple times. I've got a Poulan that someone gave to me. I think it's a 295 or I don't know. It's a 46cc saw and it's a Poulan. It's a cheap saw. It's got a 20-inch bar and it runs quarter pitch chain, and I put a good chain on it and then I square filed it. And it cuts fairly decent. I've done a couple little things to tweak the saw, so it actually cuts fairly decent. And then I wanted to see, because I've said for a long time that the Stihl 200T will outcut saws considerably larger than it. And I wanted to kind of test that today. So there is a piece of birch behind the building here that Danny cut down years and years ago. It was a dead tree and it was endangering our little shack. So I wanted to try doing a little cut off in that. So I'm going to take you back there real quick and show you the log, and then we'll go from there. All right, so here's the log. I'm going to try not to move around so much, especially while I'm talking. You can see though, it's a fairly good sized birch log. I'm gonna walk over there real quick. Yeah, fairly good sized birch. And this part that's up off the ground should still be fairly solid. So it'll make a good test log, I think. And I'll just bring both of the saws out here and do that. But before I can do that, the 200T right now is round. It's a stock chain, and it's a little bit on the dull side. So I'm gonna square file that to make it a little bit more even, I guess. More fair anyway, maybe not even. And yeah, we'll come back when we're doing the cutting. it seemed like they were actually fairly evenly matched. Now, that's not, a very good apples to apples comparison of engine to engine, because the Poulan had a 20-inch bar, the Stihl had a 14-inch bar, so that's weighted towards the Stihl a little bit, except that that wood was really bigger than the bar for the Stihl, so that kind of evens out. Both of them are hand file square grind, so that's fairly even. But the Poulan has a quarter pitch chain, so it's going to be a narrower cut, narrower kerf than the 200T, which is running a 3/8 Pico chain or 3/8 low profile chain. So the Poulan's going to have an advantage there. And now this is fairly, it is a little bit punky, this birch, but it's not bad. I'm definitely going to burn it. And that's absolutely why I cut them this size, because I have a fairly small wood stove in here, and I'll be able to just slot these things in there and burn them no problem. Now you can see probably why that birch tree fell, because there's a bunch of conch on it. I think it had root rot pretty good, but the wood inside isn't too bad. So, like I said, that tree's been down for a couple of years. It's not like I cut it down for firewood down here. Yeah, kind of an interesting comparison. I'd like to do that again, maybe in a couple of different species of wood, and just see what I can do. I feel like if I did a conversion on the 200T to run quarter pitch, that it would probably stomp the Poulan, because that makes a pretty big difference. That narrower chain, narrower cut. But I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I was sitting here thinking that's going to be a super short video. So I'm going to throw this piece of birch into the wood stove, which wasn't really the point. Look at that. Beauty. Cool. Okay. And then there's still some birch out there that needs to be cut. Why don't we throw the little Echo 2511 in there and see how that compares? I think that it'll do probably about the same again. I don't know, it's hard to say. That thing's got RPM. I don't know. Let's find out. Throwing the Echo in there is interesting. I don't know. I mean, it's not a direct apples to apples comparison, because the wood is getting smaller as I go down the tree, and that's a funky birch. It's kind of got bigger and smaller all over the place, but the way it feels, the that Echo has RPMs for sure, but it doesn't have the torque like the 200T does. And I think that both the Echo and the 200T would greatly benefit from a quarter pitch conversion. That's my feeling. Whether I'm going to do that or not, I don't know. It's kind of a lot of money to spend for a little bit of improvement, but who knows? We'll see. I think the big takeaway from all this is that that little Echo is awesome, especially for the no money that I have into it, because it cuts right with those other two saws, no problem. So that's pretty freaking cool. Anyway, I just had to add something to that video. I didn't feel like it was done. Now I kind of feel like it's done. So thanks for stopping by. Please do consider subscribing. It really doesn't cost anything. Just click that button. Yeah. Catch you next time.